Welcome to our live. We are husband and wife team. My name is Lisa Scott.
And I'm Luke.
And we created Huski Home together and we run the company with our family. This is our family home that you can see us in today. My desk is kind of behind there in the corner, which has been a saviour throughout the pandemic, and Luke mainly works in our office and warehouse, which is down the road in Kent. So welcome to us today. We're going to introduce you to our brand, to some of our products, some of our best sellers, and let you know why we came up with the idea for Huski Home.
So when we decided to start Huski, it was about 3 years ago now, and we decided to look at different kinds of materials to make our products. We noticed there was a lot of products that were coming out, and eco-friendly products, but everything was being grown or made for a purpose. So we decided to try and look for a natural byproduct and try and utilise things that were left over to make things. Our first thing we came to was rice husk, which is this stuff here. It's actually the shell of rice. There is a lot of it in, well, as it's the second to first use, most used product in the world. There's a lot of it left over. For a long time, people were burning it and then burying it, which is damaging the soil, or they were simply just burying it because of soil rotation. You can't keep just doing that. So there was a general problem with the amount that was left over. So we decided to try and utilise it and to put it as a base into products. And because we use that, you don't have to put a lot of chemicals or anything, well, no chemicals into that. It can just be ground up to be used as like a building block for products.
Before we started the research, I didn't even realise that rice grew in a shell. And it does, and because rice is so consumed, as the second most consumed food in the world, there's always a massive abundance of rice husk, and it is. People are burning it and putting it into the earth, and it's polluting the earth. We can't get rid of it fast enough, so lots of different companies, not just us, are using it for different products, and that's where Luke came up with the idea to utilise it to make reusable products.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, it was genuinely our son at the end of it, wasn't it? The pushed us to doing it.
Our eldest.
Yeah, we looked at doing it, and we were a bit worried that people would not use it so much because it was a natural byproduct, but it was actually our youngest son, or oldest son rather, and he pushed us to sort of make the final step to actually give it a try. And then after we decided with the rice husk, we then went on to other materials that we found that were being left over. So we found that a lot of things like coconuts were being used around the world, and the shells were just being left over. So we decided to start purchasing the shells and making things from that, like bowls or soap dishes and things like that, because a lot of people now are using eco-friendly natural soaps, the old sort of school way of doing it, and we decided to make less packaging, and you could just simply put that on the side. And we started to look at the trees and things that were being used to actually grow the coconuts. Because they're so overpicked, a coconut tree should last about 80 years, but because they're picked heavily, they only last about 11, and then they're just simply cut down. So we decided to purchase the wood and have them made into all sorts of different products.
Yeah. We work with a group of farmers, don't we?
Yep.
We've got a close relationship with, and they use every element of the wood and elements of the oil for other products as well. So, and they grow, is it 2 trees in every tree's place as well?
And by us purchasing these products as well, or the materials to actually do this, it encourages the farmers to keep the land for what it was designed to naturally use. If these products aren't recycled and reused and repurposed, what we find is certain places are being turned into more different sort of agricultural things. So this just keeps the natural flow, basically, how it was designed to be, to keep it going in the ecosystem how it was meant to be.
So after Luke had done all of his research into the products and we'd come up with the actual product, we launched our first set of 3 travel cups. So we went with some classic colours, our pistachio, our rose and our duck egg. We really felt that they kind of reflected the brand, and there were colours that we really liked as well. And the reusable travel cup is made with the rice husk. It's twin walled, so it doesn't burn your hands, but it's insulated as well, so it'll keep the drinks hot and cold. And I used to travel in and out of London an awful lot on the train, and I'd always have a takeaway coffee and it would always splash on me, so this is what this part is for. So it's a little splash proof lid like that. And then we've got the foam base on the bottom to stop the cup sliding around when you travel and stop it marking surfaces. Now the rice husk is such a durable product that the cups will last around 10 years. And the whole purpose behind these is for us, it was just disgusting travelling in out of London, seeing how many bins were overflowing with takeaway coffee cups. In the UK alone, every day we were throwing away 7 million coffee cups. It was just an astronomical amount for like one single use. So if people can purchase a cup or retail the cups, they will last for 10 years, and just think of the thousands of, single-use plastic cups that you'd be saving.
There is also the benefits of having a twin wall. It allows you to, as you say, to hold the cup, because what we found was there was a lot of cups out there with silicone hand grips and things like that. We found that the silicone hand grips were generally too small for a guy's hand, and if you touched the cup when you had a boiling coffee or tea in there, it was too hot to touch. They also become too stretched over times like that. So it's there so you can hold it, but also so that it will keep your tea or coffee warm for 90 minutes plus. Especially if you've got kids around or you're on the way to work, you can just simply pop that in the side of your bag or carry it to the station, and you know that when you get on the train or you're going on your journey, it's still going to be hot 90 minutes later.
So we've got two sizes in the cups. We've got our regular 400ml size and our large 500 size. So we do this one in 6 different colours, and we do this in 10 different colours. And this is exactly how they come. We work with a lot of zero waste and refiller stores, a lot of independents, and we just absolutely love what we do. We love dealing with kind of like-minded people who are looking at different ways to kind of make positive changes. So I kind of like work based from home. I look at all the orders. I help with kind of any aftercare with all the customers, and Luke works in the warehouse.
Yeah,
It's all the packaging.
Yeah, we do all the packaging. I mean, we try to minimise the amount of packaging we use. We try to use every box that we have that's left over and things that arrive in, and so that there is zero. Well, we try to keep it a zero amount of extra packaging as possible. Everything we do send out is biodegradable and recyclable, and we do as well try to use recycled products. We use things like the eco tape. And pretty much, even things like when we send smaller boxes and things like that, we don't have them printed. We try to ink stamp everything and try and
minimal packaging
minimal as much as possible, really.
And we don't use plastic. And as a zero waste company, as we work with a lot of zero waste stores, we do zero waste ordering as well. So rather than having you order a minimum of, say, kind of 20 of each colour, we allow all of our retailers to hand pick their order, so it's tailor made to them, and they're not going to have wasted stock in their store. So if you simply want to come on and order 2 of every colour cup and a couple of our lunch boxes, that's absolutely fine. We'll come on to lunch boxes in a minute actually.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken about them. I can see someone's got a question asking if our dishwasher's safe. With the products, they are very durable and they will last for about 10 years. We advise hand washing because it's more eco-friendly. However, popping it through the dishwasher once every few weeks for a nice deep clean isn't a problem. We've got
we put ours through the dishwasher once every few weeks.
For a nice deep clean, but we advise obviously hand washing to prolong the life cycle of the cup. And alongside the cups, these are our little lunch boxes, which actually won an award, didn't they?
Yeah, it
on
is,
the BBC. So they've got these lovely little handles. Turn it into sort of a little picnic basket. Our kids absolutely love these, and I love them as well for storage. We use them all the time because they've got 2 separate compartments. So they open like so. You've got your top compartment there, so you can get your hummus, your dips, your
snacks,
fruit, your dessert, your snacks on one layer, sandwiches, and they've got the deep compartment underneath. So it just kind of separates the foods or snacks or for storage, and it's easy to pop on like this. And again, it's made from exactly the same material. It's very, very durable. It's like so. If you've got any more questions, feel free to ping them through as we're chatting. So also with the products, when you purchase from us through Faire, we can provide all of our retailers and stockists with images and things. So we work with Ashley. You want to pop on and say hi?
Hi everybody.
So Ashley is our creative. She's from Pennsylvania.
I am. My name's Ashley. I moved over here from America, originally from Pennsylvania, and I work with Huski Home to make sure that all of our printing is eco-friendly, sustainably done. I work with a lot of their clients to make sure that their logos and products are reflected the best that they can on all of their tags, any packaging that we do for them. Things like that, and I just really enjoy working with a sustainable company. We share the same ethos, and they're lovely to work with. Yeah.
Good to have you as part of the team.
Yeah.
So when you come on board as a retailer, Ashley puts together kind of a pack with all the imagery and everything that you need as a stockist. She also looks after kind of all the creative side of things and helps us online. We try and do most of it ourselves on Instagram, but Ashley's, obviously we're not got a flair for photography, so that's where Ashley comes in and helps. But all of our products, package wise, people always ask us that question. How do the products come? How will they be displayed in your store? So this is exactly how the cup comes.
Yeah.
And our lunchbox simply comes with information around here, again on all recycled paper. There's no excess packaging, so you'll receive them just like this.
And we've tried to, everything we try to do is minimal. Ours is a simple tag that's just on the side here with a natural string, and it just gives you all the information on the cup, what cup it is, how much it holds, and gives you on the back here a bit of a bump about how many cups are used in the UK and around the world every day, how many disposable ones, and the product and things and stuff are made out of. And the same as well, on the lunchbox, it just gives you a brief sort of background, doesn't it, on how it's actually constructed.
But all very minimalistic, and kind of no excess packaging at all, and they are so durable that we don't need to put a lot of extra packaging around them. Even when they bump together, when they're flying off to America from the UK, they arrive in one piece. Someone's actually asking a question about our straws, which we haven't touched on yet.
No, we
so
haven't.
These are our 100% natural grass straws. They're made in Vietnam. Luke's going to tell you a bit about them, but I'm going to take one and just pop it in my drink. The question that we're being asked is, will they hold their shape for the duration?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I cannot stand paper straws, and when I put them in my gin and tonic, I like to mix my ice, and by the end of the drink, if you've got a paper straw, they just go mushy. Paper is hard to recycle, but these are completely different.
Yes,
Luke will tell
a
you
lot
why.
of paper straws, I think all of the paper straws are lined with the wax, so they're not very biodegradable, and they do cause problems when you try and recycle them. This is a natural grass straw, so I don't know if you can see that. So basically, when these come from Vietnam,
Back
it's
to
a natural,
basics.
back to basics, something they've done for hundreds of years, and they grow as natural as they do, like as we have grass. Because they grow out of water, they spend their life sucking water up, so they're perfectly designed for what we want to use it for. So when you're drinking, you drink, the water's going up, and the only thing that does change it might come a little bit more flexible as you're using it. But we've had these used them for an entire night if we've been drinking, we're out with friends, etc., or the children, and the children do ask for straws, or if they've got sensitive teeth and things like that, and you know that it's not gonna break. It's fully biodegradable. It doesn't have a funny taste or anything like that.
They're
and you know at the end of it, it's
compostable as well.
compostable
Yeah.
and fully biodegradable, which is I think what the whole aim of everything is at the moment.
So with the straws, you get 50 in a packet, and all you get is this paper box, which is again recycled, and you get the 50 straws inside. So people always ask as well if they're reusable. They're reusable in the sense that if I was having a few drinks throughout the day, I would just use one straw and I would keep using my same straw, and then at the end of the day it would still be completely rigid, it wouldn't be soggy at all, it doesn't go mushy, it doesn't bend, and then it's compostable, so you can pop it in your compost bin, throw it into your garden, it just breaks back down, it's completely natural.
Because it's a natural product, I mean theoretically you could dry it out and reuse it the next day, but I wouldn't necessarily suggest it because it's a natural product.
Yeah.
So there's no chemicals or anything involved with this whatsoever. They're literally, when they're cut down and harvested due to the fact that they grow like grass, so they just need to be maintained. They are basically dried, cleaned through, used on UV rays to kill any sort of bacteria and everything.
Dried in the sunshine
dried in the sunshine, UV ray, and then basically packaged up into these boxes and we purchase them.
So they come in the boxes like this. I think the minimum order of these is 2. Unfortunately, they're out of stock at the moment, but they will be coming back in about 5 weeks' time. So look out for them. All of our rice husk products are in stock at the moment. So we've got all of our lunch boxes, our 400ml cups, our 500ml cups, and actually, just today we've got back in stock one of our coconut shell soap dishes.
Yeah, which is a little turtle shape there, which is our most popular, isn't it, by far? And so it's just made from a coconut shell. We try to purchase the shells that are too small to be used into bowls or anything like that. So then we try and come up with different kinds of ideas of things that can be used. So we do like a turtle we call Trevor. We do a little leaf shaped one, and we do a heart one, which isn't there at the moment.
They're all handmade, aren't they?
All handmade.
They're hand carved by the group of farmers that we work with. So they're all very ethical as well. And as Luke said, we use the bigger shells for
the bowls.
our coconut bowls. But a lot of the time, the smaller shells get disregarded because they're too small for the bowls. So yeah, they're made into these lovely hand-carved little soap dishes, and they've got little holes on the bottom. Sorry, this is dirty, we've been using it with our soap. And they've got the holes there to drain any excess moisture from the soap to keep it dry and, you know, to prolong its life cycle, really.
And the idea is to try and take every element that's left over from nature and try to repurpose it into something we can use every single day. And that goes as well with, we do things out the trees.
Trunks, yeah.
Yeah, so the trunks of the trees which are discarded, we basically purchase them and we have them carved into different things. So things for a day to day, so we have like a knife and fork to go with the lunchbox, and spoons we also do as well.
Which are back in stock today.
Yeah,
We've got minimal amounts of them.
And these again are fully biodegradable. They're not, you know, treated with anything else, and they're all hand carved, handmade. So they're all a little bit different, but they all, you know, serve the same purpose. Then we have things like these cooking utensils, which are
again from the coconut wood.
Again for the coconut wood. Again all individually carved, so they can all be little bit different.
Yeah, all different, but that's the whole glory of it. They're natural. They're 100% natural. They're such nice material as well. The trunk of the coconut tree, the wood finish that you get is absolutely amazing. We have used them, as a family, we kind of start testing the products months before we decide to even bring them onto the market. So at the moment we're testing some exciting new products as well. But I love the coconut utensils. They tend to kind of get better with age. These are all hand wash only, and just to look after them, you just coat them with some oil, olive oil,
coconut oil, or any sort of oil, just every so often, because it is natural. And you think back when these were obviously growing out of the ground, they were used to having moisture and things like that. Same with the coconut bowls, they had a liquid inside of them. So every so often, probably every 8, 9, 10 uses, we just coat them really quick, 2 seconds, and just with like a coconut oil or any kind of oil, just to help maintain its how long it's going to last, basically.
One of our other new products, which is complete now, and it will be coming back into stock in Faire again in about 5 weeks' time.
So this is the pestle and mortar. As you can see that there. Everything, the bottom part here is carved out of one piece of wood. Again, hand carved as well, and you can see the top part here. There's not.
It's absolutely solid. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. So for kind of like grinding your herbs and spices, or kind of making pestos, or like for crushing nuts and things, again, it's 100% natural.
And it's definitely a nice talking point in the kitchen as well, the fact that it is just so different, because it is just a natural wood as opposed to something that's being grown to actually make it.
And back to the cups. This is our new summer collection. So these have been really, really popular with all of our retailers, and it's really popular on Faire. So they come in our 400ml size. We've got the lilac, we've got the peach, and we've got daffodil, which are all quite sort of summery colours. But these have been, as I say, really, really popular. They go with a lot of our original sort of pastel colours as well. You can see kind of more of our colour range here in the background, a lot of the darker colours as well, and sort of the winter range. They're just fantastic, and people have been mixing and matching with a lid
different lids and swapping them around, which so if you decide you want to do that, they all work with each other, don't they?
Yeah, our kids like to do that, don't they? But the logo on the front is just quite simple. It's our Husky logo. We've got the kind of the rice growing around the kind of edge of the logo, but our logos are lasered on, and the reason for this is that when you screen print a logo, they'll start to kind of peel off within about a year, and microplastics will wash into the water when you're washing them. So all of our logos are lasered on, which means that they're not going to budge, they're not going to come off, there's no microplastics involved, and they'll last for the duration of the cup, which we believe to be about 10 plus years if you look after it.
We also, I don't know if I said about this earlier, about the lid part. So the actual top, the stopper part here, we've made that so that it obviously just goes in a place like that. But we've also made it so that if for some reason you did catch it or anything like that, it's going to just separate like that. So it's not like one where you've got buttons and you've got different bits and pieces that can break over time. It's something very simple, very easy that can go back on. Again, if someone did lose that, which doesn't really ever happen, we do carry spares in them, don't we?
Absolutely, we've got spares. So.
And also because of the fact it just pushes into place like that, it does hold very nicely, but also as the drink begins to cool, it acts like a vacuum, so it actually pulls in on itself, so you can carry that without fear of it spilling or going onto your hand or anything like that.
I love the cups as well. Like at the moment I've got a straw in mine, but I'm drinking it with cold drinks, so if you're out and about for the day, we always fill the cups up with ice water for the children, and because they're insulated again and twin walled, they'll keep your drink ice cold for a lot longer than an ordinary cup.
I was concerned about the straw still intact.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see now the straw, after that's been in there for I think about 10 or so minutes.
A paper straw would be soggy.
Yeah, that's all fine, it still all works.
And it'd be like that for
and
like 24 hours.
Yeah, and it will be absolutely fine. I didn't to mention like the coffee cup actually, did we?
Yeah, so my favourite part about the cup as well is the drinking spout. I don't know if you can see it a bit closer. So this is where you drink from, and it's really, really easy to clean, and then we've got kind of an air hole here for kind of any pressure.
So when you drink it, so that it can flow nicely. We do also sell a cup made of coffee husk. So when the coffee is basically cooked, it leaves like a residue, it leaves an outside casing, and what we do is we take that and we turn it into a cup as well, which is.
Sorry, our little one's really not very well today. He wasn't meant to be here, but so we'll get some orange. Come on.
Right, so this is the coffee husk cup. Again, this comes in a 400ml. This one is actually made of coffee husk. It's a little bit different. You can see in the colour and the texture and things like that. But there's no difference whatsoever with this cup. But again, so it's got the same lid, it's got the same stopper, it's got the same label, the string. The string was actually a little bit difficult to do when we first got it, because that was one thing, we just assumed that string was all natural, and then found out that there is a lot of plastic string out there which looks pretty much identical. So this was a learning journey for us as well. We found a lot of things that we started to look at that we thought were eco-friendly, then quickly found that we had to discover things ourselves as well, which caused a few problems. But we got there in the finish, and we're not saying that this is at the end of the day going to ever be the finished, but we're always trying to improve, we're always trying to find better ways of doing things. So we, over time, you see this thing slightly change, slightly adapt that we're doing. But the coffee husk cup is something that we'll probably, again, it's just a waste product. It's something that's left around, that's thrown away. So we reuse that.
Plate. It's one of the new products. Daddy's going to talk about that.
So this is made from the trunk of the tree. So we do a few different shapes and a few different styles of this one. This is like a leaf shape, this one here. At the minute we've got about 3 or 4 different designs. We do a round one of different various sizes and things like that, and like a serving one. But again, this is just carved from one piece of wood, all hand carved again. And again, it's just trying to find different things that we use on a day-to-day use that we can repurpose it into making.
So Jude's showing one of our new products we're testing as well. We'll not show you too much, but the kids love drinking the straws, and then when you, obviously with your cup, you can put a straw through here, but it's a small one, so we're looking at kind of alternatives, ways to drink. Our cups will keep the drinks hot or cold for around about 90 minutes, so we're looking at various other products as well, utilising the materials and working with different materials too, but everything that we do, we kind of keep sustainability at the forefront of our minds.
And the thing is as well, is like the straws, I'm just thinking the straws they're not a necessity to life. You don't need straws, but unfortunately people still do want to use them, whether they've got sensitive teeth or it's just a type of drink where some people just want to do it. We also find people with disabilities and things like that want straws. And especially with children, we looked at different materials, and this one, just because of the fact that you can't injure yourself on it, it is going to last for what it's meant to do. You can carry them if you want to go out in your bag, or you're going out for the night or things like that, which I think a lot more people are now looking at, rather than you go to a bar, you can't get a straw at a bar anymore. So
we bring our own straws out with us. Well, not that we've been out for a long time, but last time I went on a hen do, I brought a packet of these in my bag, and the girls were all like, oh my goodness, they're so much better than paper straws. Yeah, they're fantastic, and the best thing about them, I think, is that they don't go soggy or mushy. and at the end of their life cycle they're compostable, so they're fantastic.
And the cups are also, the size of the cups, we're working things in cup holders, which is again,
any kind of standard cup holder
we've
in
never
a
found
car
a cup
or
holder that
plane.
won't fit in, whether it's on a train or wherever, it will fit in now, which was something that we got asked about the other week.
Yeah.
Didn't
And
we?
our regular size, over the sizes, so obviously we've talked about our 400ml size and our 500ml size. Obviously they're all very popular, however the 400ml does tend to be a better seller, hence we have them in 10 colours, whereas the 500ml we've only got in 400ml. We are introducing more new colours as well. In fact, in a couple of months' time we're introducing a new colour in our lunchbox as well, and we've got some exciting new coconut products coming too.
Yeah, I think that's what everything we do is we try to come up with new ideas quite regularly, don't we? And we listen to what they want. We speak to a lot of eco stores to see how the trends are slowly changing, like the introduction of the soaps and things like that. Now people are starting to use them in shampoo soap bars and things like that. So which is why the shelves were, it was a good time to bring them out. Yeah,
we do listen to our customers, and we kind of love communicating with our customers as well. I mean, with Husky, what you see is what you get. It's literally myself, Luke, my husband, Ashley, who you met earlier, who is our creative, and we've got Kate as well, who works a couple of days a week, and she helps alongside the sales as well. So, when you contact us, you'll be speaking to one of us. Apologies if sometimes we don't get back to you immediately. As you saw today, our little one, bless him, he's not really well, so he's popped in to say hello. We're a family-run business. This is literally the Huski Home, kind of where most of the work on the computer happens, or at the office, but our office/warehouse, Luke does all the packaging sometimes. I help, sometimes Kate helps if we're busy. We get a lot of orders after the fair sale, we'll all kind of muck in together and join in.
I think you said earlier, we are quite, especially being a family company, we do understand that people want to try things and they want different items and just to see what works for them. We are happy to mix and match colours and things like that, and to change the boxes. We do try and pack it so that we have 12 in a box, so there's minimal amount of packaging or anything like that. But any packaging we do use is recyclable, or it is it is like a cardboard or something like that. We won't use any plastics to send anything.
If anyone has any more questions as well, feel free to ping them through on the chat. We can see them now, or drop us an email afterwards and pop onto our Faire account and just click on our account, and either myself or Luke or Kate will get back to you with the answer to your question. And we're always here, as I say, when retailers come on board, we send the stockist information through straight away. You kind of get a pack with all the images and things to use to help promote on your social media. We're quite active on social media as well. We love working with our retailers on social media and working alongside Faire. But we're always here if you've got anything to ask about anything that you require to help sell the products and information. We just try and be as transparent as possible.
Yeah, and if there is any questions on Faire, we'll always try and get back straight away, don't we? And I think that's...
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, thanks for listening to us both. Thanks for being interested in Huski Home, and thanks to Faire for having us along. This is actually our first live.
You can probably tell.
Our first live event, which we've had fun doing. It's been a bit nerve-wracking, but thanks for coming into our home. Thanks for listening to us. Thanks for your interest in our brand.